This is what my soul craves. And I have been craving it all day, every day. It's one of those cloudy but really calm and not rainy days.
Hello.
So
The phone does not control me. I control it. That's how I want to think about it anyway. In 2020 and after 2020, I started scrolling a lot because I didn't feel as fulfilled with my life anymore as I did before that. And I obviously tried to stop that. And in the past about half a year, I managed to actually reduce my screen time by a lot, which is really nice. And when I was less than 6 years old, my parents always took me outside and I had no screen time at all. We just spent all of the time outside, apart from sleeping and eating. And we had a lot of fun. If it was a summer day, then we would get some fruit as a snack, and we also met up with other kids my age. And before I was 3 years old, my mum didn't work, so she spent a lot of time with me and we were always outside. So when I was 6 years old, it was a bit difficult to talk to other people, other kids my age, because I was not able to join in with the conversation as much as them. But when I was 6 years old also, my mum forced me to read books, which at first I was really reluctant to read, and I just did it because she told me to. But then it took like only a few months, a very short amount of time, and I really loved reading. I fell in love with it. I'm now reading every night before I go to sleep as my sort of chill thing to do before sleep. When I was 7 years old, I got a tablet from Santa, and in a few months' time there were cobwebs growing around it, so it was still like, I just had fun doing other things. I didn't need the screen time. But no, it had no cobwebs because we had to charge it and things like that. But during COVID, it became even more difficult to have a conversation with the kids that I used to hang out with, because it was getting difficult because they were talking about social media and stuff like that all the time. And even the teachers for homework, they asked us to do Timetable Rockstars and Spelling Bee, which I loved, by the way. But it also made me, because the phone was there, I was doing it on the phone, so then it made me do other things, get distracted and do other things on the phone as well. So that was not a good idea for the teachers to set us online homework. I don't think so. I never had TikTok, but YouTube and Facebook became these things that I tried to fill the emptiness that I feel. And that is obviously really bad. What I said about how my parents made sure that I was outside and didn't even think about screen time when I was in the first years of my life just proves how it's not usually the parents' fault, because I think it's caused by this whole school thing. In school, someone thinks that it's cool to be on the phone all the time, and then we feel pressured to not be a kid and to not play outside anymore, which is horrible. And in school, I was never directly bullied, at least not by the students. But these passive-aggressive comments that they said, honestly, it could chase me to the moon. Like, one time I had this really simple phone with buttons on it, and someone was like, "That's so lame." No, she didn't say that. She said, "What phone do you have?" Which is totally not a rude thing to say. I also have, for some reason, a habit of reading comments on videos that I watch, which I don't even understand why. It just destroys my faith in humanity, which is also a phrase that I read in comments about a year ago. There are some things that can help, like for example being outside helps, because when I'm outside I don't really think about opening on my phone, and but that's really difficult because when I'm just here, like it's so convenient. Like I don't want to go outside, but when I do, it feels I have no regrets. It feels like I have no regrets. But that helps with screen time, and also to pretend like someone is watching your screen 24/7, because it makes you not want to do useless things. And put a figure on your phone just as it's laying around throughout the day, and before you use the phone, tell her what you're going to use it for, and if it's for not something useful, then do not. I guess it's easier said than done. And also just in general, it helps to imagine like there's a other universe that's exactly like this one, and you're trying to be better than that you. So this doesn't include things like trying to do more push-ups than that version of you, although it could as well, or trying to make more money when you're an adult, and but it would be like getting more sleep, spending your time more valuably, being outside more in nature.
Cute birds. I love these. And I get to watch them from close. It looks better in real life though. Here again. This time it's sunny. But the calm stayed, so the waves are still not big. Look at that! I could jump in there, I could swim. I want to swim in it, but then if I did, then I would pretty much freeze to death. But it just looks so like attractive. I don't know, would it be attractive? I came to the beach. I'm kneeling because it's still pretty cold to sit on, but I accidentally grabbed one of these things. Time to have breakfast. I wasn't actually hungry, but I hope that this thing is not gonna explode. It's probably not. That was pretty good. Grip was not hard, pull-ups were kind of hard. Anyway, if you're also challenging yourself, then good luck to you, good luck to me. Bye.